Hello, and welcome to this webinar, How to Stop Smoking Without Craving or Withdrawal Symptoms. Oh, there we go. I finally got the camera on. Hello, and welcome. I know that we're going live in a couple of places, and that's fantastic. It's good to see you. I know we're starting a few minutes behind, but that's okay. That's fine. We're just waiting on people joining. This is quite a busy webinar that I'm running. Obviously, everybody wants to learn how to stop smoking without craving and withdrawal symptoms, and I'm so happy to be able to bring this webinar to you and to be able to share those things that I have learned. But before we get into that, because I know there's a lot of new people, a lot of new names that probably don't know me, don't know anything about me, don't know who I am. My name is Seán McGeough. I am a rapid transformational therapist. I'm Northern Ireland's leading rapid transformational therapist. I'm a best-selling author, a transformational coach, and I am a smoking cessation expert. And I was a smoker for 20 years. Which is really hard to believe considering I'm only 19. I'm only joking. So I started smoking whenever I was around 12 or 13. So I smoked for 20 years, and for around 10 of those years, I tried everything to quit. I tried patches, gum, traditional hypnotists. I would have danced naked under a full moon drinking a glass of water while singing Kumbaya if you had told me that that would have worked. And nothing seemed to work for me. Patches give me crazy dreams. The spray made me sick. When I vaped, I was doing both, so it just wasn't doing me any favors at all. Traditional hypnosis, it worked once or twice, but it only lasted a couple of weeks, and it was a couple of weeks of hell that I had went through because I was just felt unsupported. I was going through this scary experience in my life of something that I so strongly had associated as part of my personality, of part of who I am. And then I was trying to quit that and trying to stop that, and it was a nightmare, and you can probably relate to that. I can see a lot of nodding heads going on, yes, so I know that there's people that are in the webinar live, or yes, and to those that are watching the replay, you are probably one of those people as well. You know what it's like. I've been there. I know what it's like. I know how scary that journey can be. But the truth of the matter is, it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be any type of way apart from fun. Because look at some of my clients' testimonials. I can't thank Seán enough. For any smoker, stopping smoking can be scary, especially if you've smoked for over 30 years. I never thought I could do it. Not only was it easy, but Seán's support made it so much more fun. It really is as simple as following his formula. I felt prepared for any wobble, and now 6 months later, and I haven't had a smoke. I can't thank you or recommend you enough. And you can see here, these are screenshots from WhatsApp messages from my clients. These are not just me writing this, saying that this is the way it is. Here is another one. I'm so glad I done Seán's Stop Smoking program. My only regret is that I didn't book him first. I had spoke to other hypnotherapists at the same time as Seán. Some had quoted me £40 to £100 for a session lasting 40 to 60 minutes, and I originally thought it was all the same. So I had already spent over £140 with two other people before coming back to Seán, as I had no success and kept seemingly seeing his clients' testimonials. What Seán provides in his program is nothing like what anyone else does. I felt prepared for quitting with his videos. The hypnotherapy, the RTT, the rapid transformational therapy was like no others I'd been to, and my audio is totally personalized. And if you were like me and you thought that you could shop around and think that it's all the same, I can honestly tell you the difference in experiences I've had compared to Seán's program program. So there we can see 2 clients that I've worked with, privately, provide them on my, stop smoking program in person, which such a high demand for. There really, really, really is. Here you can see these phenomenal results of people that have smoked for years, longer than what I have, could even be longer than what you have. And not only was it easy, but it was fun. What I provide is different. The knowledge that I'm going to share with you in this webinar is different. I just jumped on just a little bit too far there. So what I want to say a little bit about myself and about the program that I started was, I was there. I am not a hypnotherapist that just does stop smoking sessions. In fact, if anyone asks me for a session to stop smoking, I say no, because I know that there's a process. I've learned, I've studied, and the information that I'm going to give is going to be so beneficial for you today, even if you don't decide to work with me. Because 2 of the main things that I found with working with clients is they worry about withdrawal symptoms and they worry about cravings. So what if I was to tell you that withdrawal symptoms are total bullshit when it comes to smoking? Honestly, what if I was to say that to you right now? Withdrawal symptoms are bullshit. They don't happen when you stop smoking. And I know that you're going to probably say, but I stopped and, this happened or that happened. And, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Biological reactions do happen in the body when we smoke and when you put out a cigarette. But your body doesn't technically withdraw as it would with a drug addict or an alcoholic. So reactions do occur. Your body has all these chemicals running through your body whenever you're smoking. But your body doesn't crave those chemicals. Your body doesn't wait until the next fix because your body lets go of those things. There isn't a quote unquote withdrawal that happens. And if I was to ask you to think about a few examples here, that whenever we talk about addictions, because I don't believe that smoking is an addiction at all physically. There is a psychological attachment, yes, but we will get there. So do you wake in the middle of the night needing your fix? Do you need to shoot up in the middle of the night? Do you need that, morphine hit or codeine or whatever it is that drug addicts are addicted to? No, you don't. Now, you may wake in the middle of the night and you may wake and have a cigarette, but your body is not waking up going, I need this. Definitely not. Can you make it through a 12-hour flight? And yes, you may think I need a cigarette, but you try putting a heroin addict on a flight for 12 hours. That is not going to go well for them. Their body is going to go into the horrors. You put a codeine addict on a flight for 12 hours. After about 6 hours, they're going to end up with withdrawal symptoms, diarrhea, nausea, sweats, all of that type of stuff. You don't have that when you stop smoking. You can even work a whole 8-hour shift and not even realize the time go by. I can see people putting in the chat box there, true, I never thought of that. You cannot notice the time go by because you're preoccupied mentally. You have a lot of stuff to do. And do you know why this is? It's because it's not a physical addiction. It is a mental habit, really. So if your body doesn't have a mental dependency on this, why would you have withdrawal symptoms? You just wouldn't. Okay, you really wouldn't. You wouldn't, and my clients either love me or they hate me for this truth that I'm about to share. The moods, the crazy thoughts, the snappy behavior, that's all you. Nobody else. It's not a cigarette, it's not your partner. I'll give you permission to blame them. It's not your partner, it's not your boss. It is you. It is your mindset and it is your belief system. So this is the part where people hate me because they have to take ownership and they have to take responsibility. And this is the part where people love me because they get to take ownership and they get to take responsibility for how they act and for how they feel. Because as much as we have developed mental habits and mental beliefs, we can switch them, we can change them. It is That simple, not necessarily the easiest the way our minds are, but with the likes of, my program and this type of information that I'm sharing, it can be easy. It has been easy. So why wouldn't it be easy for you? So we know that we don't have withdrawal symptoms, because how could you have withdrawal symptoms on something that your body doesn't withdraw from? Interesting. So whenever you begin to flip that switch, and then you begin to look and think about yourself a little bit differently. Because a lot of people, whenever they try to, quit cold turkey, and they're not educating themselves, or they go to traditional hypnotists who do a 30-minute session in and out and on you go, and that's £150, please. There's no information being shared. There's no setting up for success being shared. There's no informing you about the mind being shared. So a lot of people use the mindset that I'm trying to quit. And our mind listens to everything that we say, and well, it becomes just that. Trying, very trying and hard. My clients, however, they use the mindset that I am a non-smoker. What a minimal flip to switch to, yep, going from I'm trying to quit to I am a non-smoker. Because it's the ones that are ex-smokers, that are trying to quit, that are thinking about, that are making them look luxurious by saying things like, I'm quitting, I'm trying, I'm stopping, I'm giving up. I'm trying not to do that. Such a small change in your mindset to saying, I am a non-smoker. You're going to begin to identify with non-smokers, with who you truly are, with who you were before you lit up your first cigarette, with that person that still exists inside you today. Did you know that it's actually easier to remain a non-smoker than to smoke once you know how? Honestly, I have done it for hundreds of clients successfully. So that one small flip, now you think about a non-smoker in your life. It could be your parent, it could be your partner, it could be your friend. Think about that non-smoker. Do they have mood swings because they're not smoking? No. Do they gain weight because they don't smoke? No, definitely not. Do they snap at people because they don't smoke? No. Do they need to go and take smoke breaks as time for themselves to relax? No. So I don't create ex-smokers. I don't make smoking like this luxurious thing that you need to look at. I make non-smokers. People who identify with being a non-smoker. And non-smokers don't have withdrawal symptoms because they're not even real in the first place. It's a physical response to a psychological belief that you have formed. Isn't that crazy? So crazy that it works. Because I find that there is so much misinformation out there due to maybe you've watched your mum be a horrible person when she stopped smoking, or you've watched your dad pile on the pounds whenever he stopped smoking, because they're all things that they think you have to do. Not at all. My clients only gain weight if they want to. Why would you replace one habit with another? We're working with belief systems, with the subconscious belief systems that we have attached to a habit that we know that we shouldn't be doing. Now let's talk the dreaded C word. Cravings. This is another one where I'm going to call bullshit. They aren't real either, just like these withdrawals. It's misinformation. Like I say, we could be watching our mum or our dad. I am a member of Facebook groups, and I don't go on to like try and push my services, but it's like stop smoking support groups. And you should see some of the things that people post. I would have screenshotted them and put them up on a data protection and all that. Someone wrote, I stopped smoking 12 years ago and I still have cravings every single day. I just have to pray through them. And I'm like, love, why are you doing this to yourself? I don't have cravings because I'm a non-smoker. I used to smoke. I'm not an ex-smoker. And they're not even fucking real in the first place. So what happens, and I'll explain this to you, so stay with me guys, stay with me. So physical reactions happen whenever you put out your cigarette. Now it's not the act of putting out a cigarette, from whenever you last smoke. For around 48 to 72 hours, it takes the average person for all the traces of nicotine to leave the body. Isn't that so strange? 72 hours, 3 days, and there is no more nicotine left in your body. Makes you wonder why people still crave nicotine after those 72 hours, doesn't it? It really makes you think, in my opinion. So what happens is we tell ourselves lies as smokers, and I'm not pointing fingers, I used to do it myself. So we associate that feeling of our body letting go of nicotine with a craving. And then we reinforce that feeling every time we light up and we have a rush of those chemicals in our body. So your body over 72 hours periodically will release nicotine. Now it takes a wee bit longer for some other chemicals, but nicotine is the main addictive one, as it goes, and your body flushes that out, and you have a sensation in your body when that happens. This is not a craving, this is your body doing its job. This is your body healing and letting go of the crap. But what happens is we have either seen someone that smokes or we go to ourselves, I need a cigarette, when you have that sensation. So what happens is you light up your cigarette, you have a rush of all these chemicals, your blood pressure goes up, you're breathing all these toxins in, you have a mild euphoria, which is still killing you, let's be honest. So then you have associated that feeling with going, see, I was right, I needed a cigarette here. And that's physically, and that's just one layer and one aspect. You also have your subconscious belief that you've attached, whatever it may be, that's at play there as well. But this is just one aspect. This is solely cravings that we are looking at. Because your body doesn't crave, but you've told yourself that over and over and over again. And say you smoke 20 a day and you've smoked 20 a day for 10 years. That's 20 times a day for 10 years that you have reinforced that lie to yourself. But our minds don't know what is truth and what's a lie. Our mind only knows what is familiar, and what is familiar is what is repeated. And our mind accepts that as a belief system. And you can look at that as being really, really crazy, but remember we were kids and we believed in Santa. There's a belief system that people believe in that isn't necessarily true. So, there is that. Now, in saying that, our minds still happen to work like that as adults. So anytime we have associated anything in the past with cravings or withdrawal symptoms, it has been some crap that we believe. And then we've reinforced it time and time and time again. That is how belief systems are formed. That is how habits are formed. And that's all that smoking really is. It is habitual. It is a mental habit. And now this information that I've applied and told you today, you can apply the information on your own by understanding what cravings are. Beginning to shift your mindset to think like a non-smoker, like my clients do. And you could get absolutely amazing results. You could get results like these. Thank you so much, Sean. I haven't had one cigarette from January. It got to the point I don't even think about cigarettes anymore. I really never imagined I'd be a non-smoker. I can't thank you enough. You're just amazing, just the best, and I couldn't have done it without you. Look at this one. I'm so glad I got an appointment with Sean for in October for a stop smoking. I was a little dubious. I'd been for stop smoking hypnosis before, but Seán put all my concerns to rest in our first call. Obviously, I worked with this person privately. The time that Seán spent, the fact is, let me try that one again. Time spent prior to the session educating and setting up for success sets his sessions miles ahead of anyone else that I've been to before. I went from smoking 30 to 40 a day, being a smoker. I've no cravings. I didn't put weight on either, which was a big worry of mine. I cannot recommend Seán enough. So these are people that I have worked with either privately that have been on my stop smoking program. And you have an opportunity right here, right now, to join my online stop smoking program. Be my next testimonial. Become a non-smoker. This is not just a 30-minute session. This is a holistic program that I am offering. Now, my program has 3 different stages to it. Stage 1 is informative video trainings and a success mindset audio. So, stage 1 of the program, for 4 days, you'll get not for 4 days. So you will get access to an exclusive membership dashboard that has all these stages of the program laid out, and they're released as the time period goes on. So stage 1 of the program lasts 7 days. It can go a bit longer if you want it to go a bit longer, but not before 7 days. So you sign up today, you will get access to video training number 1 and a success mindset audio, which is an audio to listen to really wire in a success mindset moving forward. Now, these training videos are to be watched every day. So there's 4 of them, and you watch them every day. You have wee worksheets to fill in. There's daily actionable steps. You're really beginning to shift your mind and your focus and your belief system over to being a non-smoker. And these videos are so simple, so easy to understand. Each one of them is just under 15 minutes, so they're easy to consume, to watch, to listen to take the points in. So you're really, really learning about the mind, the mindset of a smoker, habits, some of the things that we've touched on, and more. And then stage 2 of the program is the rapid transformational audio hypnosis session. And this isn't just a self-hypnotic track. This is an active, rapid transformational audio that you listen to, where we will go back in hypnosis through listening to the audio to the root cause, to the subconscious belief, to where in your life did you think, smoking means connection or safety or things that people do together. We'll find that out in the program or in the audio, and then you begin to distance yourself from that. So it's not just lying there and relaxing. You sit there, you get involved, you do the things that I tell you to do in that, where you'll speak out loud and you'll break up that belief system. It is phenomenal. It's rapid transformation, and that is 7 days after stage 1 of the program. Now, I have had some clients that done it 10 days later, one even done it a month later, because they wanted that time to really absorb everything. So you work through that in your own pace, but it takes at least 7 days from today. And then stage 3 of the program is 3 different weekly rewiring and belief building audios. So these are self-hypnotic tracks that you would listen to every day to really wire in, to fire in, to code in an amazing new belief system that you are a non-smoker and how easy it is for you to remain a non-smoker. And that you one a week for 3 weeks. There's another 3 weeks, and it won't take up an awful lot of your time because you'll be working through it and it won't be taking up a lot. But the difference here is, from anything else that is out there, like I say, this is a holistic approach. This is looking at it from all different aspects and angles. It's not just getting you to lie there for 30 minutes while I tell you, oh, stop smoking. And to be fair, I could probably create an audio like that and sell it for what the investment is on this program, but I'm not doing that because I know what works. I know the expectations that we have as smokers because I was there. I was right where you were. I went to these hypnotists and charged me £150 to £200 to lie there, and I got up and lit up afterwards. I've done that. I know that doesn't work. I figured out what bits work and what bits don't work. And you can get access to the whole program today for only £97 because you've been on this webinar. Now, you can easily add another zero on there to do it with me privately, in person. I've eliminated the need for that. Let me tell you, £97. You're probably spending that a week on cigarettes as it is. So you can find the wee button below to sign up. You'll get immediate access to the membership dashboard, and you will get access to video training number 1 and the success mindset audio. And then you just work through it. And welcome to being a non-smoker. I am so excited to be going on this journey with you. Click the link below and you'll be taken to sign up to the program. I'm so excited, and welcome to being a non-smoker. Bye-bye.